Welcome back to video number 2. This story was so cool, I felt like it needed its own video. I didn't want to lump it in with the royal family videos. Just so wonderful. So it's an upbeat, happy video. So let's jump in, let's get there, let's go. But really quickly, before we get into the story, I want to put out a big thank you. One of my friends just came back from the UK. She brought all of these fabulous gifts for me. And I couldn't help but notice this one jar from the Windsor Farm Shop right by Andrew's house that sold raspberry jam, organic. Notice the list on the back of everything that's in it. I can't wait to try it. And also, I want to send out a big thank you to whoever sent me this off of my Amazon wish list down in the description box. They sent me a cake dish. Take a look at this. So cool. So this is the cake stand. And what I really like is there's like this thing on the rim to keep like flies out. See that? But here's the interesting part. You take this off and flip the stand over. Dip and sides, which you can also cover. How freaking cool is that? There was no note, so whoever sent it, obviously it was sent anonymously. Thank you so much. You know, I had to give mine away when we moved, and I've always been looking for another decent one. So thank you for grabbing that off the Amazon wish list, and now let's move on to our story. I just thought this was such a cool story. It deserved a video of its own. So this football player, Travis, who is dating Taylor Swift, we all know about it. He's a big American football star, and he's following Taylor around on her tour. And after Taylor's concert in London, she met up with William, who was there for his birthday, and he brought Charlotte and George. We've seen the video of him dancing, showing his moves. Everybody was like, woo, man's got some moves. So Travis and his brother Jason have a podcast, the name of which is New Heights. And they had a lot to talk about. Now, Jason retired from the NFL back in March. He said that they were giving guidance before they met the Royals, but it was not an official event, right? So here's what they had to say. You guys are just going to want to hear this.
Royalty. There was royalty at the show. Got to meet Prince William. How about that? Your Royal Highness.
Last episode, I think I was quoted as saying royalty.
Dude, he was the coolest mother. He was so cool.
He's a good dude.
Obviously, we're backstage meeting him. He was there with little George and Charlotte. They were an absolute delight to meet. Wasn't sure if I was supposed to like bow to them, curtsy, just be an American idiot and shake their hand.
They specified because we weren't at like an official royal event, we didn't need to bow or curtsy, but I did still address him as Your Royal Highness.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And I've never felt emasculated, and I did. That was the closest I've ever been.
I've never seen you give someone that much respect. You put your beer like 10 feet away from you.
I didn't have it in my teeth when I met him.
I didn't know if we were ever going to get to...
I gotta say, Prince William was fantastic meeting him, but the highlight was Princess Charlotte. She was so f***ing adorable. I don't know, maybe it's because I have 3 girls now. She had fire to her. She was asking questions.
Thank you, Your Royal Highness. It was awesome meeting you. And Charlotte and George.
Maybe I'm wrong, but don't a lot of people carry their beer in plastic cups in their teeth, especially when their hands are full? That must be an American thing. And just as an aside, the pair also said that London itself had better tasting beer and better scenery. My guess would be because they were traveling. That's always the way it is when you're traveling. The point that comes across to me the most is that the humility, he said, that William and the children were very humble. They didn't do the whole, I'm a prince, you better do X, Y, and Z to me. Now, the really interesting thing was what they had to say about Charlotte, because we know the Sussex squad is always going on about Charlotte, and she's snotty, and she's this, and she's that, and, you know, just some really nasty things. As much as they go on about, we don't talk about children, they always seem to have something to say about Charlotte. So I thought it was really cool that he went out of his way to talk about William and Catherine and the children and the way the children are being raised. Because what he said was, William was fantastic, but he said the highlight was Princess Charlotte. He said Prince George was great too, but she was so adorable. He said maybe the one brother said maybe it's because I have 3 girls now. She had fire. She was asking questions. It was electric. Travis said, I love it when parents ask their kids to be present and be vocal. Great parenting move. Yep, I agree. It was pointed out that Catherine and William encouraged Charlotte and the other kids to take the lead in the conversation. George is a little shy, like his father was at that age, but that Charlotte is an emotionally intelligent child, well-mannered and adorable, and she's a real superstar. You just can't get better, praise than that, seriously. And I also want to say on a different note, I understand why Louis wasn't there. He is 5? I think it would have been too much for him with the noise and stuff. And I understand why they didn't bring him. He would have gotten cranky as the night went on. But I feel like I wish Louis would have been there with his personality. It's pretty obvious at this point that William and Catherine are raising their children. They're not snotty. They don't have elitist views. Other people's children, however, are a different story. Don't forget, it came out that Meghan and Harry are asking their staff to call their children Prince and Princess at home, and apparently they're requesting that in school as well. So Harry and Meghan's children, I think, are going to have serious issues when they get older. Not to mention that they never leave their house and socialize like normal children. They are socialized with some adults, Harry and Meghan's friends, but never with children their own age. I feel sorry for these kids. They have a sad childhood. Anyway, I'm really glad that comments are coming out from other people who have just met William about what a great guy he is. We all know what a great guy he is. I'm just glad that other people are seeing it and reporting on it, because frankly, I'm so sick of hearing from others about how mean he is and he pushed his brother into a dog bowl. I still can't get over that. All right, you guys, don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button to help me with my algorithm issues, and follow me over to video 3. Lots of news. You don't want to miss it. Let's go.